to Tanian Stories channel, where today we're going to be looking at the second round of writer questions that I was able to find on the internet, have people ask me, etc. So we're literally just going to dive right in because the last one was kind of long. I think it ended up being like 10 minutes of me just answering questions. So the first question is, can you make writing both a steady revenue stream and a means for relaxation? Can it really be both at that level? So this question took a long time to think about, and I have my answers pre-written so I know what I'm talking about. And for me, I think that still taking a long time to think about it because it's so hard to, kind of think of these things. So I definitely started writing in the first place because of the relaxation aspect, or the escape from the real world and creating my own world. Much like reading is, you escape from the real world into whatever fantasy world you're reading about. But there will come a time when I finish my first novel in full and want to publish it, either self-publish, indie publish, hybrid, regular publish, whatever. So after that, I feel like writing the rest of the series is going to have more of a time constraint on it because people will want to read the next novel as soon as possible. So it's going to feel like I need to get it done faster. But I can still have a lot of fun with the writing and use it as relaxation at times. Almost like taking a small vacation from my otherwise busy life, because I am running a business, doing a YouTube channel, working full-time, going to school full-time soon. So I'm a very busy person, so writing is definitely a little mini vacation for me whenever I do get to write and whenever I feel like writing, which I did talk about in the last video, so definitely check out the first writer questions video. So the second question is going to be, how do you know when your story is ready for publication? And it's another hard question because for me, being the perfectionist that I am about everything I do, I think I'll know when my story's ready for publication when my beta readers really have no problems with the story and they're enjoying it quite a lot, and, just the story as a whole seems really good. If it were up to me, I would never think any story I ever write will be ready for publication because I don't think anything will ever be perfect, and that's what I want it to be before I publish it, but that's not realistic. So that's definitely a thing that I need to work on as a writer, which is just kind of building up that confidence for myself. So yeah, that's definitely something I need to work on, but that's okay. So the next question is, what is your process for editing after the first draft? And I haven't really finished my novel yet, so I'm not 100% sure what that process is going to look like. But as far as I can tell from the writing I've done in the past, I know for sure I'm going to print the manuscript like I have now. This is just helpful for me to see the first half of the novel so far. So I am going to print it for having something to look at and mark up and put all these notes and whatnot in. I think I want to print it as a book, though, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look into how those work because I want to still be able to write on it, but I would love the book format of it because it would be easier to take with me wherever I want to go, even places in the house, as opposed to that giant thing over there. But it can be expensive, though, and from what I've been looking at, it is pretty decently expensive, so I might wait on that until I have a more polished copy to do that with, and I'm okay with spending that kind of money on it because it's an almost finished copy. After reading through the novel once through, I'll definitely go through again. So I want to read the whole thing in the entirety, and then I'll go through and make notes of things to change or add to the novel to make it flow better. And then I'll probably have a notebook on the side, like a small one, to keep notes of larger things that need to change or be added. And there will probably be even things that I have to take out, but hey, it's all part of the process, so we'll let it happen. So the next question is going to be, what's the weirdest way you've come up with a character name? So we've all looked up names on the internet, looking at various baby names and things of the like, but the weirdest way that I've come up with a character name is just by typing a bunch of letters and seeing how they flow. And if I don't like it, I'll add some vowels or just start over completely. Making a name this way definitely ensures the most unique name possible. Plus, it's a lot of fun to do, and I do it as an exercise sometimes when I'm writing to get the creative juices flowing in my brain. Like, I'll really just kind of come up with character names and stuff like that and kind of think about, after I have a name, what this character is going to be doing and stuff like that. So it's really cool to spend some time thinking about the name for a character, because it's so important. That's their name. It's who they are, I guess, as a person. And then the last question for today is going to be, what do you do when you've hit all your points in your outline, but it still feels wrong? And how often does this happen for you? When I've hit all the points on my outline for my novel and something still doesn't flow right, or the way I want it to, I usually take a few days away from that scene, first of all, because maybe I just need a fresh pair of eyes to look at it and see, oh, okay, maybe if I add this thing, you know, add new ideas to it or change things up a little bit. So I come back with a fresh pair of eyes. Then I re-outline the scene underneath what I have written already or on top of it. It goes somewhere in there, and then I keep what I have already. Then I write the whole thing from scratch, using the outline that I just made for new things and whatnot. If it still doesn't feel right after that, I take a day or two to think about how important the scene is to the story and if I really need it to be there to drive the story forward. And if the answer is no, then I just take the scene completely out of the story. But I do, since I have Dabble, which is an app that I talked about in the last writer question video, if I have I have to take the scene out, I keep it in a different folder where all my notes and stuff are. I keep it in a folder for, you know, just scenes that didn't make the cut or something like that is what I'll call it. And I might find a place to fit it in later, or I'll just make a little spin-off thing, like a little teeny tiny novella or a short story or something around it. But it just doesn't get put in the novel right now. So, all in all, I think these questions were really great. Let me know down in the comments any other questions you guys have for a writer such as myself. And let me know also what some of your answers are to these questions. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.